welcome to the moon base. This is an outpost on Luna. Show you here on the map. Luna is what they call the moon here, next to barren, dusty Earth that has died out. So I decided to reach out into the universe and go build a moon base here. So that's where we're at. And let's go take a tour, shall we? Okay, so here it is, the moon base. First things first, I built it high because for some reason a lot of rocks and trees and a whole bunch of stuff sometimes is randomly generated on these moons and planets. So I just put it up high enough so I didn't have to get into that situation. Most of the time, you can't interact with consoles because a stupid branch grew in front of it, and it'll say something is blocking your research area. So that got really annoying, right? So I just built it up really high, about the same height as the large starship landing pad. Okay, so let's get into Outpost here. I'll show you. There's the build limit pretty much. On the bottom left, it says the build limit. So that's I got a third left, and most of that comes from the Outpost itself, but it's basically memory of how much you can have on a single outpost without actually breaking the game, right? Because I guess they did stability tests, and if you have too much shit in one area, it's gonna blow up your system on average. So they have a build limit, as any smart developer would. Let's go and check out what we have created here. So this is the main hab. Let's just start with this. This is home, right? We'll get into how home looks, and it's separated into 5 different habs that all have a purpose, and then the center hab that has more of a community purpose, which I'll show you here in a second. Has all the power it needs, more than enough. I was able to collect enough stuff to create one of these reactors. The scan booster is just for looks. It really doesn't do anything. And watchtower, like, I think just for looks. I have no idea what this thing does, and I never figured it out. Let me know what it is in the comments. Anyway, this is the storage. I got this idea from a YouTuber. I wish I remember the name, but basically he taught me how to do the whole chain system. And just to you know, give you an example, you start here and then you gotta daisy chain your way, kind of like a snake kind of thing. And at the very last one up here, you connect it back to a main area. Now, the YouTuber used bigger, small ones, I guess small warehouses, small types of storage areas. But I use a mixture of big ones, large storage areas, and the smaller one. This is kind of like the center hub area where you would gather stuff if you needed to, but it doesn't work very well for me. It's kind of bugged out. It doesn't work as good, and I think it has to do with the types of containers I have. So there's that. But basically, the whole cycle is to go out. Let me show you this. Go out, have an adventure, load your ship up with stuff, right? Come back, get out your ship, and go to the transfer container, which is right here. And just kind of, you know, go up to this little part of the transfer container and start loading things in. Now, you can only load 200 kilograms worth of stuff at a time. And so what happens is once you do that, it'll automatically send into this hub area and then diverse automatically to, no, distributes, excuse me, to all the correct areas, so you don't have to go to each one at a time and load them up. Okay, that's the whole thing. The only issue is Bethesda only made this fit 200 kilograms worth of stuff at a time, which is dumb. Like, I don't know, maybe an oversight, maybe not, I don't know, but this would be really good if we can mod this to like 1,000, and then we can auto store all of our shit by just dumping it into one area, and that's it. If you want to retrieve your stuff, in theory, you should come here to the bottom area and retrieve everything at the end of the line. But it doesn't really work out too well for me, so that's the only downside to it. But anyway, I digress. This is my storage area. I highly recommend doing this midway through the game, when you collected a bunch of shit on your spaceship. Okay, you're gonna want to do this. Don't go to the lodge and start putting things in there. You're gonna have a tough time crafting stuff. You're gonna have to go back and forth because it's not near your ship. Terrible idea. Just build this with the ship builder landing pad. All right, landing pad with ship builder. All right, the next thing is getting resources, because you'll need a lot of resources to build what you want to build in your outpost. And if you watch all the other YouTube videos, they tell you aluminum and iron is the way to go. Luckily on Moon, there's an unlimited amount of iron, so just kind of set up anywhere for iron. And if you're lucky enough, you can find a helium patch as well and get resources from there. So this is my iron depot here. There's a little iron spot there for that, but there's no helium, so I went I did it's a long story, but basically I have a cargo link that is connected to something within the system to get helium. All right, then that feeds from here into this little box of helium, and then that powers my cargo link system. Right now it's not working because I turned them all off, but essentially, and it works. I've showed that it works. It can I keep saying diverse, I don't know why, but it'll distribute whatever goes in here to whatever you want. So it could power this generator here, so that's an extra 20 power, right? And then it can also power up the cargo link, intersystem cargo link. All right, you can also send helium-3 to wherever you want. So this is an outgoing box, so whenever a ship comes here, he'll take the helium and he'll drop some shit off too. So it just kind of works. I think you would only ever need 3 at one time. I don't think you'll need any more, because once you get the resources you want, you'll have thousands of them, and that's basically a lifetime supply, and you can build whatever you want. All right, because aluminum and iron basically make these storage containers, minus the exception, I think, of the warehouse ones that need titanium. So what I ended up doing about midway through the game, maybe mid-late of the game, somewhere around like rank 35, somewhere around there, I built another cargo link that will get me titanium. Okay, and I don't believe it's very hard to find titanium in the Sol system, because I think the only planet that has it is, oh man, don't quote me on that. I think it's Mercury, and that's like a really nasty planet, so you have to, you know, dig into the perk system or whatever. Anyway, that's what you'll need. Okay, this is how you get all the stuff you need to build your outpost, and that's what this YouTube video pretty much is you're building your outpost, building the outpost. Okay, so let's go into the house, right? The moon base, which is here. Okay, get ready. This is all completely custom built by me, handmade by me painstakingly for hours and hours. And this system has a big bug in it, which I'll talk about here in a second. But let's go inside and see the main hub. Here we go. All right. What I like about the moon is low gravity, so I can get upstairs real quick. One airlock, and what's interesting about this is that I really like how you can decorate hallways. I saw it in a video. I was like, ooh, how did that guy do that? The thing is, he added one hallway like this, and he had a safe here and some, I don't know, posters, right? But he was at like ultra high quality, so it looked really nice. I was like, ooh, I kind of like how that looks when you go in to a building, because if you just go straight from the airlock into a hab, you don't have that. It's just kind of like you're there. But this is kind of like an intro thing, so you know, you can put, I saw this guy, he put mission boards in the hallway. I was like, oh, that's really pretty looking. And it doesn't block your way or anything. It really fills up the hallway, kind of like a grand entrance. You can put whatever posters you want, get creative. But let's go in. This is the central hub. All right, the community area. This is the restaurant. All right, I'm looking for names. You could put it down in the comments if you want. But yeah, this is the restaurant. As you can see, let's start with the bar first. This is where you can get all your coffee. And what's interesting about this area is every cup you see here was hand placed by me, and it is every type of, at least one of every type of Terror Brew flavor and type you can get in the game. I even added the Canuck Double Double, which is a brand coffee in a can, and the custom ones that you can make, like Chai Latte, Cafe et de Prime, and Bullet Coffee. On the right is the tea station, right? Even comes with nice drink-related posters. It looks very nice, as you can see. This is the tea area. One of every tea bag that you can actually use to craft. I actually have no idea how to craft using these. They're just in my inventory, and I just collected them. But here is every tranquility you can possibly buy or steal, I guess. And then some other ones that you can actually craft, like alien tea and boba alien tea. You can even see the boba down there. This is pretty much the bar area. Got some food set up. And then this are all the drinks. A lot of them are very expensive. You can loot literally all of the stuff if you wanted to. It's basically almost every single drink you can collect in the game. These are mostly alcohol based, or alcohol based. Even Runner's Rush, I think, has a little bit of alcohol. Yeah, it has vodka in it. And there you go. So all done. Also, these blenders, which you may have seen in some Reddit videos of people doing hitbox porn. You know what I'm saying? You cannot loot a blender as one whole piece. Just so you know. It's all separate. Even the goddamn blender lid is separate. So if you go into the mode, you know, not this mode, sorry, my bad. If you go into build mode, right, you can grab these items and place them. So I think the best thing you want to do is place the blender bottoms onto something. That will stabilize it, right? Then exit, and then you're going to want to pick up the blender itself, the jar, and then slowly twist it and set it right down on there, because any sudden movement, hell, I can bump in this right now and they'll all fly off. Any sudden movements, is terrible. So this took me a long time just to set these up. You can even tell it's slightly off on this one. But I was able to get the blender lid on. Anyway, enough showing off. Got a really nice hard target up there to make it look nice. These you can find, these velocities, drinks. You can find these in neon. Really nice. So every type of alcohol you can get. A lot of it is from the Astro Lounge. There's tons of rare shit there, which is really nice. And then you can craft some of these things or loot them. So yeah, there you go. This is where you the cash register, and then we got the tavern food here. Every type of tavern food you can possibly craft. You can't craft some of these, very little of these, or you can purchase some of these. Okay, so this is kind of like the resting area for this, and then it gets distributed to any customer here. Okay, so that's the bar. Next is the bar area where you can play some pool, watch some TV, and just kind of hang out like stupid Heller. Okay? Heller's useless. Alright, anyway, behind the bar, I should show you, is the kitchen. Obviously, the kitchen's always behind the bar, right? So is the storage area of the kitchen. I got some products here. They're all lootable, all hand placed. As you can see, I have plenty of room to put more stuff, but essentially all the different food items you can possibly get, even all the different bread types. There's like 2 of each on there. So yeah, this is the kitchen here. You can interact with the cooking station here. I even found this really lovely moonshine thermometer. That one's hard to find. Let me know in the comments if you've actually found a moonshine thermometer. They're out there. They're just really rare. I guess you might find one where there's moonshine. Oh yeah, speaking of moonshine, I almost forgot. I've hid some moonshine jugs down here. Because you want them behind the counter, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is one of every craftable platter you can make. I even got some chunks cheesesteak on this pan here, which is kind of funny. Another coffee area, and this is an interesting one. This thing is like, man, that does look like a toaster, right? It's actually not a toaster at all. It's can I even scroll over it? Shit, I got so much stuff here. I don't think I can scroll over anymore. But this is a slate holder for your slates. Like, you know what a slate is? Let me see. Do I even have that on here? Like this. It holds those. And you can interact with it and load them up, right? But I was like, screw that. This is a toaster. So I put toast in there. There you go. All right. Got some more product, drink station, some to-go plates and whatnot. And this is the resting area. This is where the servers come and get all the food that's been made in here. You can plate some foods here. There's a big mess. All these plates are interactable, and you can loot them if you want to do. Got some other frying stations here. They're ready to go. Even the ladle is a separate part that you can loot, and even the oven mitts too. Hell, even the cutting boards are lootable here as well. And you can dump in a whole bunch of produce and whatnot in there, make it look nice, right? Here we got some cheese, and there was some stuff in here, but I took it out. But yeah, sometimes it's really hard to stack stuff. Okay, before we move on any further into the tour...
Anything I can do for you?
No, shut up, Heller. Okay, so... there's something that is plaguing this game when it comes to decorating Outposts, and it's been plaguing this engine for a very long time. So pay attention here. If you ever want to attempt anything like this, there is a workaround, at least a slight workaround, for keeping your dropped items in position. So let's say you drop some stuff on the floor, and then you set up everything, right? and then you go on your adventures. Then you come back and everything's gone or has sunk into the terrain, slowly sinking into like halfway down or something like that. That will happen a lot. You will lose items. You will lose your mannequins. You will lose a lot of shit. So the workaround is basically you go inside, right? Go into your menu. Go into like whatever you have, right? So I have a mod on. You can drop all your items. And let's say you dropped, I don't know. Let's say you dropped the antibiotic injector. Right? There it is on the ground. Do not pick this up. What you want to do is don't disturb it because it's a dropped item. You drop it on the floor, and then you get out of the building. Doesn't necessarily have to be an airlock. It just has to be outside. Kind of weird, but outside of anything. It could be a house. It could be a non-airlock door, but out in the universe where you can see the sky. You do a quick save like this, right? And then you do a quick load. So on PC, that's F5 and then F9 to quick load. All right. This is the workaround to making sure your stuff doesn't sink. And it's been like this for a very long time. Hell, I mean, back in Fallout 4, I think this has been an issue. Something about the creation engine, it's really messed up and weird. But this is your workaround, okay? And it works for me for the most part. If things are still sinking in, just repeat this process and it should stick, okay? So once you're done reloading, go back to where you dropped your stuff. And now you can place this, right? So there's two ways of placing. You can pick it up by holding E and just kind of placing it wherever, right? Bam, see? That's done. You can decorate like that if you want. The other thing you can do, drop this on the floor. You can go into build mode, right? So press V, then go to Outpost button, which is R. And you hit the modify mode button, which is tab on PC. And now you can see how when you scroll over on the top left, it's kind of blocked out by my stream alerts, my bad. Let's see if I can turn those off right now. So it says antibiotic injector as you scroll over. That means you can pick it up and move it. Even the move button shows up on the bottom right. See that? Let's pick it up. And now it's a stable object that you can place literally almost anywhere. Some issues are shelves, so that's a whole nother thing. That's the art of placing and decorating things. So that's how you do that, and then you can exit, and it will not sink. One thing to note is you cannot just pick this up and pick it up in front of your face. You can't do that. Because it's a placed item now. It's stagnant. You can't interact with it like with your physical body. You can't push it or anything, right? You have to pick it up. So you just pick it up and it'll go back into your inventory and you can start all over and do it that way. Okay, so that's how you do that.
Here to shoot the breeze?
Shut up, Heller. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you guys, which I probably teased already, is the actual restaurant. So you can see some of it here, but this is the true entrance to the restaurant. This is the waiting area, even a little bell, kiosk, and someone will serve you and put you in the waiting area until you're ready. This is the grand entrance to the restaurant that I created. It's all by hand. Every chair, every table, every cup, every salt and pepper shaker, every like centerpiece, like vases and cups, All this is placed. Hell, even this little kebab is placed there too. Plates on top of plates. There's a lot of art in placing stuff. For example, let me get through this really quick. This is a xenoyaki, right? Like a takoyaki in real life, Japanese food. What you can do to actually interact with the plate or put it on it, what you do first is you place the plate by going into this mode, the modify mode. Pick up a plate on the ground that you dropped after you do that workaround thing, then place it on a table, right? Then get your takoyaki that is on the floor, unfortunately, and you want to exit this mode and just pick it up like normal and then place it on top. You cannot place two items on top of each other. I wish you could, but there's no system for that. So that's how you do that, okay? And then you can get really creative with that as well. All right, like stacking plates, like in the kitchen. So, yeah, we have a lot of food, a lot of different food items and produce. Again, the salt and pepper shakers. So yeah, that's what we ended up setting up here. Food, every type of food, bunch of stuff, right? Got some garbage cans here for any litter bugs. This area was kind of interesting. This was when I was trying to figure out how to figure it all out, right? How to place stuff. I used this as a template, this one chair and this one plate of stuff. So I was like, I need some contrast. Is there anything flat I can use as like a dinner mat or something? And lo and behold, out there in the wilderness, there are folders out there. Yes, folders. So the folders are sometimes, or they have a variant of being opened and flat. And I was like, hey, that looks like a nice little placemat. Because there's no tablecloth in the game. You can't fucking do that, right? Or there's no tables with tablecloth on it. Mods, I'm looking at you later on. I'm going to use it as a placemat. So that's what I did. I put the folder down here, placed it, and then started decorating around it. I put some panache right on top and some drinks and other stuff. And then, yeah, sure enough, utensils are lootable in this game. You can loot every type of utensil. Hell, dude, even utensils come in different variants. There's spoons, fancy spoons, steel spoons, and they all look different too. For example, this is a knife, but it has, hey, look at this spoon. It has like a dark handle on it, and compared to this regular spoon. Weird, right? There's also like steel cups, and there's different types of cups. Hell, this looks like a cup, but it's actually a utensil holder, which looks like a cup. Freaking weird, right? But yeah, this is my template. Even the centerpiece is the part of the template in the salt and pepper shaker here. Now everything else I added later to fill it up, but that's what I use to do the rest. So you can see some of them have the little older placemats. Unfortunately, I couldn't loot that many. So this is what I was able to do. And it turned out pretty nice. I even ran out of forks and spoons, actually. So there you go, right? So that's the kitchen. This is the special kids table. You might be wondering, why is there a Vae Victus poster here? Wasn't that part of a side quest? It was. For some reason, I had an extra in my inventory, and then I dropped it because I thought it was an item because I was placing stuff, right? So I dropped it, and it just got stuck here. You can't interact with it. You can interact with the chair. You can't move it. You go right through it. But it's there, and it's there forever. So I gave him a chair, a glorious chair, and the strip. right? Anyway, so this is a special kids table, okay? Even has a little lava lamp. One thing to point out I forgot was the dish rags. The dish rags are the only type of lootable napkins, I guess you can say. So, and they look nice. They look nice in the kitchen or on tables. So if you want to set up tables, go loot hella dish rags, okay? Go try those out. Hell, even these little hookah canisters are really cool to decorate, because you can't, they're not part of the crafting menu, which is this. So if you go to build mode, there's a whole bunch of decorations on the right. You can't craft those items. You only craft a certain amount of items. Some of them have variants, like this statue, right? There you go. That's that. Okay, let's go into the habs. So the first hab I want to show you is the first one I started building, and that was the showcase. This is the helmet and hat showcase. All right, and some guns too. So this is what it looked like. This is the first thing I built, and I was trying to figure out how I can set it all up. But one of the big things was there's displays you can actually make, and there are these displays here, a display shelf. Unfortunately, the display shelf that you can interact with is terrible. You can only put a certain amount of items, and they look really all spaced out and weird. I was like, can I place these items on there? Yes, you can. You can even drop shit on here too if you wanted to. But yeah, all these are placed hats, and it looks way better than storing it on the display shelf. It looks terrible. Don't do it. You can even have some really cool rifles that I put on here. And these are some superior spacesuits that I collected. This is, you might recognize this from the trailer and the, you know, at the start of the game. There's pretty much almost every type of helmet here. Usually advanced or better, but these are just ones I collected over the whole course of the game. There might be every type of hat here too, but don't quote me on that. I don't think it is. Another superior set of the infamous bounty hunter spacesuit. So all these are superior class, very hard to find, and it was a pain in the ass to find them. Of course, this is the Mantis, which the mission is fantastic. It's just, I don't like the spacesuit that much. So sue me, right? I don't like it that much. I think it looks really ugly. And it was all over YouTube videos. I was like, ew, what is that? Like, what the hell kind of helmet is this? What kind of game am I playing? There's that, right? Couple of rare items I ended up finding that you can actually loot. The Heart of Mars, which is a side quest on Mars. Go find that. It's worth 28,000. You could probably sell it if you don't have commerce for, I don't know, maybe 8,000. Somewhere around there. So, I just kept it because I don't need money. I'm rich. One other thing was this. Now, these are usually called fancy geodes or something like that. It has a very generic name. But this one is called Priceless Gem. And it's literally priceless. It's only worth 12 bucks, apparently. To somebody. So, good luck finding that. I'm not going to spoil where it is. It's not part of a mission. Well, I guess technically it might be, but it's not something you are expected to interact with. It's just there. And you just got to find it. Okay? These are really nice collectibles. I thought it was very special when I found the antique toy motorcycle without anybody on it. I thought it was the rarest find ever, but these toys are everywhere. Also some prototype equipment. I think I stole this one. These are very interesting. They look cool, but they're overall just worthless, okay? So they're good for decoration. So this is my spacesuit and helmet showcase. Hope you like that one. All right.
Just here for a chat?
Let's just start, yeah, go to the right. Got some storage containers here. I'll probably clean this up another time, but this is where I keep all my spacesuits and food. Okay. I even keep some other, like, clothes outfits over here. Lots of rare outfits I collected. So this is the living area, the living quarter. So this is the living room, as you can see, very homey like. And I've used these office separators or office dividers, and also on top put these lovely plants that can really, you know, seclude this room, make it its own thing, because you can't build walls in this type of hab, you know, or walls at all, other than those concrete ones you can outside. That's another story. But so this was my idea to do that, to separate this big giant hab and to make it different rooms out of it. So this is the living room area. We got some magazines on here on the ground, some plushies, some digi frames, all this hand placed. The magazines are great. All you gotta do is collect them. Once you collect them, you get the buff of whatever it is, and then you can place it around and for decoration. It looks cool. You don't lose the buff. Same with books. You just gotta read it once, and you can give it to that lady in Aquila once, and then the rest you can decorate with or sell. Got some TVs. All right, next spot here. This is the Samco Memorial site. This is a memorial statue I built for him. In my playthrough, he passed away. Spoiler alert. But your person may be one of your companions that could have died. It's not necessarily always Sam. It depends on what you do, right? Could be anybody. But yeah, it's just part of the story. Let's hook a left here. Get some stuff here on a fancy table. And a little bathroom. How about that? Make sure to place the rug first. Don't worry about the plumbing. I have no idea how it works either. So there you go. Let's go into the spare bedroom. This is a spare office / bedroom if you want to take a nap. It kind of resembles my room, actually. My room kind of looks like this. The bed may not be there exactly, but it looks like it. They got 2 big tables and my computer's on them, and it looks really cool. This looks like my dresser. There you go. We got some interesting looking books and Dragon Star Force. Maybe some of you guys might know what that is. Got some snow globes. They're kind of scattered all over the place. Here's the weight room. Weight room, exercise room, sports memorabilia. That's kind of just loaded up here. Antique, you can find these things everywhere. This is the only basketball I think I've ever found. So, man, look at that. You can have antique Earth baseballs on these little things, and then you can have him in a display. Like, why? It's so weird, but it's there. Antique Earth hockey stick. They only come like this, and you can't put them on walls for some reason. Then I got some soccer balls and volleyballs I kind of collected and placed in this beautiful bin. This is the main room. Look at that. The main master bedroom. Okay. A little scary to put the Ashta there, but it looks cool, right? Very, very manly looking room. Got some couches and whatnot. More snow globes kind of scattered around, even the E-pipe. Somehow, I placed that painting there. I don't know how I did it. These aren't technically walls, so I'm not even sure how to put the Ashta on there. It just worked, okay? there's that. Good luck for you guys to try to do that. Alright, so this is a very nice view. I love this view. Moon's awesome. Okay, so that's the living quarters area. Let's go back in. And this area is the research lab. So this is all the research stations kind of divided up. Again, using the office dividers. Here is a little makeshift hospital. Alright, so if anyone gets hurt, you come here. You have an actual research lab here. You do that for the game. There's also a lot of placed items here, like emergency kits or reading material, anything like that. Alright, you even got a scalpel there and some weird probe control unit. I don't know. Even this is something you can loot. They're called medical supplies, and I don't know. It's just there. I guess you could drop these off somewhere, but I never did. It's not really a mission item, I don't think. But maybe it's a hauler mission, I think. Anyway, I use it as decoration, pretty much. Got some contraband here. Harvested organs. You gotta put harvested organs in this area, right? By the way, I love these little storage containers. They're very, very cute. So there you go. That's Pharmaceuticals Lab right there. Interactable. This place is really cool. Turn on the flashlight here. This is where you make all your manufactured components. And I have placed at least one of every basic to advanced type of manufactured component. Now, I don't have exotic ones or super advanced ones. I never unlocked that, so. But these are the general ones you'll find out there that you can loot. Even the zero wire. All in there. And you can display all this stuff. It looks cool. It doesn't even look lootable, but when you're out there, you can loot all this stuff, and you'll need this stuff too to create certain things. All right, next up, this is my NASA area. There's a whole section for NASA in this game. So there you can collect snow globes and NASA cups and little toy rockets. There's actually two types of snow globes. See, this one is a NASA one with two people on the moon. And then you just got a generic NASA one there. Mercury camera, that's the web camera. You got some moon-based slates. There's a whole side quest on the moon. And you can collect these if you wish. And there's your toaster. See the toaster? It's there. It's a toaster. And you can even loot these desk phones that look pretty retro. Some of the circuit boards are really retro too. And there you can have your spacesuit workbench. Got a little NASA lab coat that you can find there. I really like that. It has really nice pants and really fancy shoes. I like it. This is your Mercury spacesuit. You can find a whole bunch of these. At the packs, there's like a Mercury. There's a Mercury one that's kind of like foiled like this, and I think they're called Explorer packs, and they look really nice. This one's the white version. I forget what it's called. Let me look. It's just called the Mercury pack. The other one's is called the Advanced. Do I have it on? I don't think I have it on. No, I just have the Superior one. So yeah, those are really cool too. You always want to get balanced boost packs. I always like those better. This is the weapons station. The weapons workbench with a whole bunch of storage. I really like how this area turned out. It's really cool. This is still interactable with the workbench. Got some, you know, decorative stuff. Is that even a word? I don't know. Old Earth things like lighters, weird compass, and then old Earth weapons. There's 3 different types. Old Earth Rifle, a 1911, and an 880 shotgun. So what I like about this area too is I was able to put these saves underneath these shelves, and it looks like a little table. Somehow it works. You can find a bunch of these toy space shuttles all over the place. Really nice. One little decorative piece that you may not notice is the energy emergency power cells. You'll find these in a couple quests where you need to actually loot them and find them, and then put them in the power area to power up something. You would find a whole bunch of these in the NASA missions, but I had extra ones, and you can place them, and they look really cool. I like the color schemes, and they're a pretty cool decorative item. So yeah, there's that. Last thing before we get out of this place is there's little lamps, but the lighting's so bad on these. They're just like so bright for no reason. But if you want these to work, you have to put a power line on them. So if you look, there's a red line that attaches from here. So you press and hold E, and then you'll get more extra stuff, and you can create a wire that goes to any power station. So that's how you turn them on and off. I didn't know that forever, dude. Someone told me about it in chat. Really nice. Okay, so that was the research center. Go through the restaurant here. This is the weapons showcase room. As you can see, add the ping pong table because it's green, just like everything else. Green on green on green. This is just the way, right? You can display all your stuff. A lot of these are named items, very expensive. A lot of them are modded. So put a whole bunch in here. Some legendaries in there. There's one missing. It's been stolen. There you go. Got some cool stuff. I separated all the knives into these storage containers here because you can't display knives for some reason. What the heck, Bethesda? Get on that. You can't display any knives on any of these things. You can place them on the ground if you want, but whatever. I just put in a box. Got some other random SMGs or pistols in there. I think this is empty. Shotguns, right? And then heavy items like arc welders, negotiators, poison storms, microguns, all that good stuff. All right. So that was the weapon showcase room. And last but not least is the contraband room. And you may have seen a lot of these, like contraband closets on Reddit and whatnot. This is my contraband room where people work. All right. And I had to hand place all of these. There's probably millions of credits worth of these contraband items. And they come in a whole bunch of different shapes and sizes. Von Rum, heretic writings. You've seen the harvested organs. Sentient AI adapters, stolen artwork, Xeno Warfare tech, more of those. I have one of each on here, other than the Von Room, right? And then the last but not least, the Aurora. And I collected a lot of Aurora, so I ended up putting it in the fridge. We got a bunch of Aurora in there. It's kind of scattered all over the place. Neon's where you want to get all those. Somehow that prototype equipment landed there. Yeah, so there you go. All the contraband shit. Hell, I even put some in this. I'll let you figure out how to get into these. You can't interact with them. How do you get them in there? I'll let you figure that out. So there you go. We got some workstations as well. Man. Drinking on the job, huh? Okay, so that is my custom-made Outpost. This video is probably way too long, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed or learned something. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one. All right.